pick designed by a doctor who truly has been studying and researching issues with the feet for over 30 years. And there's never been a product, what we're gonna be talking about right here, as far as coming to softening calluses. $24.95. What are you receiving? You are receiving the full 360 degrees, full size of the callus softener, over 4 ounces, and you're receiving the metal foot file. Has a little plastic handle on here, so it's easy to manipulate, and we're featuring it with FlexPay on the day today. That's not something we typically do, so an opportunity for you to get this home for under $13. Now, another thing I want to mention before we get started, auto ship. This is one of our #1 most popular ways to order, because once you try Footlogix, you never want to be without it. So we have a 90-day special. So we'll go ahead and ship it to you every 90 days, or you can set up however you like, whenever you want it shipped to you. You secure the 2 flex pays and reduce shipping and handling. Well, our very special guest, beauty expert, health expert, the gal that brings to us some of the most innovative beauty items, Laura Baker is joining us. Good to see you, my friend.
Great to see you.
Great, unique, innovative beauty product.
This is such a wonderful line.
Tell us about Footlogix.
And there's a reason why across the board these are all customer picks, because this isn't just a foot topical. This is actually a foot treatment. So this is going to help get rid of those calluses, but it's also going to help prevent those calluses from coming back in the future. And it does so naturally and so easily, because you're not actually chopping away. It comes with the file, and the file is more of a pumice stone. This is one application. This is one application.
If that doesn't say it all.
Just a few minutes, and take a look at the difference you're seeing. It's almost instant.
It really,
almost instant.
And this is, you know, when you think about it, this is dry, cracked.
These are
very
cracked
rough skin.
Heels. These are dry heels. This is the peeling skin. These are the type of feet that are really difficult to do. And again, this is after just one application, because all you have to do is spray on the callus softener. Well, the callus softener actually has a dermal infusion technology built inside of it. Look at this. Would you want that foot snuggling up next to you at night?
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Not necessarily, right? But how about the one after the callus softener has been used? That's a much nicer foot to be able to snuggle up and love on.
Okay, really drastic before here, Lara.
Look at this one. Now, again, this is when we talk about the dryness. This is when you start to realize that your foot no longer looks bad, but it's actually painful. When you actually walk, it actually hurts when you're trying to step on that type of foot. Well, those are the type of feet that if you were to go to a normal salon and have a pedicure, they might take care of it for that day, even maybe the next day. But guess what happens? It's going to grow right back. It's going to come back faster. It's going to come back stronger. And it's going to come back with a vengeance, because what they're doing is they're using salt, right? Salt is drying. When they put on lotion in the salons, what are they doing? Those lotions usually have alcohol in them. Alcohol is drying. This is scent-free, it's alcohol-free, it's salt-free. It is actually a different kind of technology that when you spray it on, doesn't just sit on top of your foot. It has that dermal infusion technology, so it actually penetrates the epidermis, and it goes down into the dermis, and it helps break up that callus from the inside, but it's also helping to prevent them from becoming those really nasty, painful, and unsightly calluses that we have in the future.
No other product on the market even remotely close to Footlogix for the callus smoother.
Like this. And there's a reason why it's a customer pick.
Oh, absolutely. And we're going to read some of those reviews. Here's our fabulous Patsy. Okay, live here in the studio. And we always love it when Patsy's here, because you're going to see her before and afters. Also, keep in mind, you're getting this very unique tool that comes along with it, where you don't have to worry about it cutting or, you know, any problems whatsoever. It simply smooths the skin. That went through years and years of development and research to use along with this product.
Oh, and the tool itself is a rust-free tool. It has a plastic handle. It used to have a wooden handle. Well, we wanted to upgrade that because we didn't want you to be able to worry about not being able to get it wet and those type of things. Listen, once you use the product, you don't have to rinse it. You don't have to use it in the shower. As a matter of fact, I know Patsy herself, she uses it sitting on the sofa watching TV, don't you?
I do. I like to just watch my favorite program or a ball game, and when the commercial comes on, I can spray it, and it takes 3 to 5 minutes for it to absorb into the skin and the calluses. Then I apply I first use the rough side and then the smooth side, and the calluses just slough off on the floor. Better put a towel down.
You definitely need to put a towel down.
Well, I can see a little going on.
Going there. I have a neighbor. My neighbor Donna comes over and she always goes, she sends me a text message. My feet are really bad. Can I come over and use the callus softener? And I'll say, yeah. She goes, I promise I'll bring my own towel. I'm like, it's okay.
But there's something about seeing what's coming off, you know, that you're like,
yes.
Well, and you really realize that it's working. And the great thing about this, though, is that because it has that different technology inside of it with the results, you know that with this foot file, it's more of a pumice stone, right?
Yeah.
But it's a pumice stone that does more than what so many of the others do. And when you use it in conjunction with the callus softener, and listen, you spray it on, the bottle 360 degrees, you can turn it whatever direction you want to, it's going to spray, and it's also going to last you about several months, actually quite a bit, because at the initial, you probably want to use it once a week, and then after that, maintenance will be once or, you know, every other week, and then once a month as you start to use it.
Yeah.
You want it to get on, let it sit on your foot when you spray it, and let it get tacky. So that takes about 3 to 5 minutes. So when it gets tacky, and that's the important part, let it get a little tacky, and then you take the foot file that comes with it. Again, the foot file is rust-free. It has two sides to the foot file. It has the coarse side, and it has the finer side. Now, if this is your foot right there, you're going to want to use the coarse side first,
right,
okay?
Right.
And then, to finish it off, use the finer side. Now, Patsy turned around for us, and Patsy's feet, look at this.
oh my goodness.
I want you to see this.
That doesn't even look like the same foot.
It doesn't even look like the same lady, right? It doesn't look like the same person at all. So this is what Patsy's feet look like when she lets them go. Now, I know this hurts, Patsy.
Yes, it does.
Has to.
It does.
You can see it. I mean, it doesn't just look bad, but look at the dirt that's getting caught in there. Look at all of the bacteria that could be growing inside of there. And it's getting thicker and thicker and thicker the longer that she ignores it, okay? But then look at this side. This is the touchable side, right? Look at how smooth this is and how much nicer it is. How this is not going to catch on the sheets. It doesn't feel like sandpaper. It's not going to catch in your stockings. When you're wearing the sandals, whether you have 2 weeks of sandal season left or 2 months of sandal season left, but even going into boot season, our feet get worse and worse because we start to ignore them. But I know that you can't wait to treat the other foot.
Absolutely. Just as there's a pretty foot on this side, I know there's a pretty foot in that other one, and I'm going to find it tomorrow morning.
I bet you can't wait, Patsy.
It's in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's in there, and it's coming out.
Well, even going into fall and winter, you know, putting pantyhose on and tights and stockings, and they pull. Okay, just like that, you saw Patsy's before and after. We're crazy busy right now, and no surprise in the least. And this is why every time we have offered Footlogix, it is sold out. Every opportunity that those of you have when it comes to getting a pedicure, and we've heard this so many times, Laura, people will call in and say, I find myself now where I used to get a pedicure every 5 weeks maybe, or every 6 weeks, maybe getting one twice a year. Because I can't get over being able, first off, just the hygienic, or just the sanitary part about having your Footlogix at home and your own wonderful callus remover, so therefore it's not being used by anyone else. But it prolongs that getting a pedicure, and it's a lot cheaper, if you ask me, right? Because my pedicures are over $30.
They are. And when you go and get the pedicure, listen, your nail polish might last 3 weeks, but your feet don't.
That's true.
Because your feet start to peel, your feet start to crack. And I know, Patsy, you actually took these yourself into...
I take my Footlogix products with me to the salon.
There you go. Great point,
And I take both the callus softener and the mousse and the rough skin, because I know that the quality of the products is like skincare for my feet, and I'm very particular about my skincare.
Well, and then you're not soaking your foot in the big tub. Right. You're not doing more damage by soaking it in that tub where other people are soaking their feet, because there is no soaking involved. You don't even have to wash the product off afterwards because it's a treatment. It's not just getting rid of the calluses. Remember, it's also treating your foot. So it soaks in, it's dry once you start to really use your file with it. You're going to be able to see all of that dead skin just sloughing away. It's amazing how much comes away. And then you can just put your shoes on and walk right out the door.
And when you touch it, it's so smooth. And we're going to show, Patsy's just, we're showing you live, Patsy doing her one foot. We're going to show you again just when she shows both of them, because it's hard to believe it's the same foot. So you have the before and after. We'd love to hear from you. We have sold thousands and thousands and thousands of Footlogix, which you can only get here at HSN. Here's Patsy live right here in the studio. This is crazy. If you can relate to that without, And I think every single one of us
so
can.
many of us can't. I mean, 85% of us have foot problems. Some of us might not be as bad as this, but you know what? If you let it go, we would all eventually get to this if you let it go as well. So some of us have the cracking, some of us just have the peeling, some of us have the itchiness and the dryness that's going on. This will treat you across the entire board, from the most extreme to just somebody who just has that flaking around the toes and around the heels that isn't quite as bad. So this is very simple to use. Again, it's spray button technology. All you have to do is spray it. You're going to let it sit on your feet for about 3 to 5 minutes, and you'll start to feel it. It'll actually get a little gummy, a little tacky inside there. Once it does that, that's when you know it's time to get out the foot file. If your feet look like Patsy's before, this is the coarse side. Notice this foot file here. I can run my finger right over it. I'm not damaging it. I'm not cutting my finger because this isn't cutting. When you use those things that are kind of like the cheese graters, you're actually making your situation worse.
They scare me.
They do. They're very scary. And I've had some accidents years ago before I had this in my life.
Too, with shredding the skin.
With shredding the skin, and then I couldn't put my shoes on because it hurt too much to walk. And so you don't have to worry about with this, because this is more of a file, okay? So this is not a cheese grater type situation. So this is the coarse side, and then if you have just a little bit of dry skin, you want to finish it off, this is the fine side to give you the smoother going on inside of there.
And this was uniquely developed for Footlogix as well.
Specifically developed for them, and of course it's not going to rust. It has that plastic handle, so all you have to do is rinse it off under the water, hang it in your shower to dry, hang it wherever you want to, and use it again the next time.
And this is also exclusive with this configuration here at HSN, which normally would be $31.95. So we have 2 flex pays. That is not something we often do.
The file sells alone for $15.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Here at HSN.
Oh, you go on .com?
Yeah.
You can get the
file alone is $14.95 by itself.
Wow. Oh, my gracious.
But you want the callus softener because that's where the magic happens with the 2 of them together.
The 2 flex pays expires tonight at midnight.
Yes.
So here's the opportunity for you to get it home for $12.50, and we have reduced shipping and handling. So that's when you shop using any major credit card or debit card. Try it. That's the beauty. We're showing you live here in the studio, Patsy's before and after. I'm telling you, you will see a difference the first time you use it. But it only gets better with each and every use. And then when you get to that point where you see Patsy's before that looks so healthy and it looks so smooth, you'll notice that you're not using it as much. So that's the beauty. It's also a treatment, a beauty treatment. At the same time, you're seeing these phenomenal results. And it's not just for women. We should talk about that. I know men especially, you know, wearing work boots or, you know, are tough on their sandals, tough on their feet.
Patsy actually was telling me she uses it on her men too. On her husband. On her men. I know I said that wrong.
You go, Patsy.
She uses it on her husband as well. And why wouldn't you? And the great thing about this is a lot of men won't go to a salon. They won't have their feet taken care of because they're too embarrassed.
Go near.
No. I don't know too many who would.
Although I've asked him a million times.
It's an often complaint. Like my mom complains about my dad's feet. I'm like, Mom, callus softener. She goes, I don't want to touch his feet.
Well, like, okay, they can do this on their own.
Papa, yeah, listen, you spray it on, you let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes, you take the foot file. I know you have it because I sent it to you guys, and all you have to do is simply just, it's not even a lot of elbow grease to tell you the truth, because the callus softener softens up the callus. It has that dermal infusion technology in it. So rather than just sitting on top of the skin, it actually gets down into the skin and breaks up this callus from the inside out. So it's getting rid of the callus you have right now after just 1 application. You can take a look at the differences in our before and afters. But the great thing about it is that as you continue to use it, you're going to see those calluses not grow as much because it's actually helping the skin from the inside out. So it's actually treating the skin so your calluses in the future don't become as bad.
And can we also mention the antifungal
mousse? That's so important,
because that, along with this, I mean, you're just doubling the benefits, and you're even doubling the before and afters as far as the results. So we'll give you that information, because the mousse has also, that launched at the same time, is also a customer pick and #1 favorite.
The mousse is really important because a lot of times we don't realize that sometimes it's our genetics, sometimes it's medication, sometimes it's weight. All these different things are causing the problem in our feet, right? But a lot of times if we're showering, maybe in a public shower, we're using a public pool, we're walking out in the yard, the dogs are going outside, and they're coming back in the house, what's happening? You're getting bacteria on your feet. That bacteria is causing a fungus, and that fungus oftentimes causes the cracked heels. It oftentimes causes the peeling and the dryness and the itchiness. So when you use the rough skin formula, that will actually help also, same dermal infusion technology, it will help penetrate it from the inside out to get rid of that that fungus. It actually cures athlete's foot, and it helps get rid of that fungus long term so that you don't have this problem continuously going over and over and over again. A lot of times we don't realize why we have it. We're treating it and we're not realizing that the real problem is down in those layers. And that's why that's the difference in Footlogix.
And I'm going to see, Daryl, do we have that information for the mousse? So that way, I mean, buy more and save. That's also special
and
on
we
the
had
day
the
today.
mousse on earlier twice today, so we have pretty limited quantities on that. And this is our only airing for the Callus softener, by the way, too.
Very good to know.
Yeah.
I would recommend both. I mean, that's the thing. We'll give you the information for the mousse on its own. We only have a couple hundred of those available for you, so that's the item number. Oh, over there. 096222, and it's $19.95. So that,
it's a wonderful configuration to have
great.
it all. I mean, if you think about it, you're buying you get all 3 items for the price of 1 pedicure, and you're going to be able to see such dramatic results. And that's the thing about this. You're going to see something that's so different that's going to be long-term and long-lasting for you as well.
Great to have it back on auto ship. That's another wonderful thing. So you can secure the flex pay, reduce shipping and handling for all your future shipments.
Yes,
you are in for new